savings. Right now, it's buy one, get one free on most suits, pants, dress shirts, ties, and shorts. Plus, all shoes are 30% off. Men's Warehouse. Rise to the occasion.
The more runs the Mets score, the more you save. For every run the Mets score against the Dodgers and Rockies, will save 1% on select tickets to the upcoming homestand, May 17th through the 22nd. As of last night, the Mets have scored 10 runs, meaning fans will receive at least a 10% discount. For more information, visit Mets.com/runs. Now time for something to smile about, presented by AT&T Cricket Wireless. And if this doesn't make you smile, nothing will. Autograph? Are you kidding, Mom? I'm going to get an autograph? Yes, you are. Cherish that forever. Let's take a look at the road ahead, presented by GMC. Mets leave here and head to Denver for 3 games starting tomorrow night. Matt Harvey will open the series against the Rockies tomorrow night at Coors Field. Then the Mets go home. First meeting of the year with the Nationals starts on Tuesday night at Citi Field. The Nats and Brewers are in on the upcoming homestand. Mets looking for the series victory, taking on Kershaw and the Dodgers. First pitch coming up.
We're here with all our new friends at the Coca-Cola Corner to tell you about an upcoming giveaway we've got for you here at Citi Field.
Saturday, May 21st is Bucket Hat Day, presented by Coca-Cola.
Come to Citi Field as the Mets take on the Brewers at 4:10 p.m. and get your limited edition Mets bucket hat.
Everyone looks great in their Mets bucket hat, and you can too, so be sure to go to Mets.com, and we'll see you here at Citi Field on May 21st for Bucket Hat Day.
Fans,
let's go Mets! Let's go Mets! Let's go Mets!
We wanted to prove the value of Nissan's Intelligent Safety Shield technologies.
Hey, you want to go for a ride?
So we enlisted some everyday experts.
Police officer, paramedic.
With moving object detection.
It worked.
Blind spot warning. And forward emergency braking that could stop your car for you. Get to Nissan's Safety Today event and save time with a $179 per month lease on road. Or lease Pathfinder just $269 per month. We might be out of a job. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com today.
T-Mobile hit it out of the park. We doubled our LTE coverage to cover over 305 million Americans. And our new extended range LTE goes 2 times farther and works 4 times better in buildings than before. Switch to T-Mobile for major league coverage today.
This is our interpretation of a 60s Roadster.
How many miles per gallon?
About 9. And this is the EcoJet. It's got a jet engine. Goes about 200 miles an hour.
How many miles per gallon?
About 6. Hey, is this the Eco Marathon car you guys built?
Yeah.
How many miles per gallon does this get?
1,359.
Oh, well, that's pretty good, I guess.
Shell, inspiring young minds to make the future.
Want to trade?
Yes.
Take a break from the expected. Play Frogger or any of the new scratch-off games from the New York Lottery.
People often ask me, they're like, Jim, your dad brand's so strong. What can I do? The most important thing I've taught my children is that they have to do things themselves. I don't want my kids to be part of this lazy culture that doesn't do things. That's why I bring them out here and I beat them at tennis. Probably the best gift I could give my children is to have them lose to me. That's what a dad brand's about.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica.
That's set to face Clayton Kershaw, who is 6-0 lifetime against the Mets in the regular season with a 1.34 ERA. There's your Geico Mets starting lineup. Lucas Duda and Michael Conforto sit tonight against the left-hander. That means starting assignments for Juan Lagares and Eric Campbell. David Wright back in the lineup after a night off last night. Wilmer Flores placed on the disabled list today with a hamstring injury. Mets called up Sean Gilmartin. They have an extra arm in the bullpen.
How about that .77 whip by Kershaw so far? 250th big league start tonight. 118-57 on his career.
Granderson just 5 hits in his last 40 at-bats. His average has shrunk to 205. And Kershaw fires inside, a ball and a strike. That's Dribble Cabrera on deck, and then David Wright. See the shift on against Granderson. And Curtis takes a fastball, strike 1-2. How good has Clayton Kershaw been over the last 5 years? Well, consider this. He's won 3 Cy Youngs, and he's finished in the top 3 in the voting each of the last 5 years. And the curveball strikes out Granderson for the first out of the night.
Well, he's coming off 14 strikeouts in his last start, and just a 12-6 breaking ball that left-handers have no chance.
He has struck out 10 or more 4 straight starts, which ties a Dodger club record. Hideo Nomo did it. Sandy Koufax did it 5 times. And that's the guy who, when you look at Kershaw and the incredible career that he's had, that he'll always be compared to. Here's as Dribble Cabrera, and he takes a fastball strike.
But that he can get in the same conversation is an amazing thing on Kershaw's part.
Because really, since Sandy retired after the 1966 season in the prime of his career, nobody has thought to claim that mantle. That's grounded down to third. Justin Turner scoops it up and throws out Cabrera 2 away. Well, the last 5 years of Sandy's career were arguably the most dominant 5-year stretch any pitcher has ever had. And when you compare what Kershaw's done the last 5 years, he compares pretty favorably.
I mean, 19 more wins for Sandy, but a lot of that has to do with staying in a game longer, those different days. But the ERA, very comparable.
Consider that in Kershaw's 5-year stretch, and include the start of this season in that, his whip is 0.95, under 1 for a 5+ year span. David Wright takes low and in for ball 1. Last year, his teammate Zach Greinke at times outshone him, and that has not happened often in his career.
Well, Kershaw got off to a rough start in April, but won 16 games after that. Defensively, behind Kershaw tonight, you see Kike Hernandez in left field, Peterson and Puig. In the infield, Turner's back in there, Seager, Utley, and Gonzalez. And Grandal catching Kershaw. Usually it's A.J. Ellis.
Dave is 0 for 7 in this series, sat last night, and he pops one foul out play. Very interesting with David Wright. 24 walks, 37 strikeouts. More than half of his plate appearances this year have resulted in either a walk or a strikeout.
Well, he really, interestingly enough, for such an older player, he's been around a long time, he epitomizes what baseball's all about now, right? The strikeouts.
1-2. And just missed the corner. 2-2. Yoenis Cespedes waiting on deck. Mets faced Kershaw twice in the division series last year. Beat him in Game 1, lost to him in Game 4. But if you remember the Game 1 start, it was the 7th inning where he walked 3 batters and then left the game that proved to be Kershaw's downfall. Pedro Baez came in, gave up the base hit to David Wright that plated a couple of runs, and the Mets went on to win 3-1. 3-2 coming. And Kershaw, who had not walked a batter in his last 3 starts, walks Wright. It's 25 walks now for David Wright, and the first of the night for Kershaw. Look at the. I mean, that's just silly, right? It was 64 strikeouts and 3 walks coming into the game.
Well, you mentioned it before, Gary. This is walks in Game 1 of the NLDS that did him in here in Los Angeles.
Well, before that walk, the last one Kershaw had issued was April 21st to Freddie Freeman. He'd gone 88 straight batters without issuing a walk. And, of course, his opposite number tonight, Bartolo Colon, is right behind Kershaw as far as fewest walks allowed. So it's certainly a rarity that Wright is on first base with the base on balls. Here's Cespedes, who has torn up lefties so far this year, 8 for 18 with a couple of home runs. And he swings at the first one and fouls it, and that'll make it back to the seats.
David getting no lead at first base. Kershaw's got a good move over there, like he needs it.
Kershaw now 28 years old.
These are the kind of games where it's hard to sustain a long inning against a guy like Kershaw. So you're looking for a team like the Mets that's hit a lot of home runs to jump him a couple of times.
51 home runs in 33 games, most the Mets have ever had at this point in the season. And And Cespedes takes a rip. 0-2. Kershaw's given up 3 home runs through his first 7 starts this year.
That's that cutter that can sometimes look like a slider. He has 2 different ones. One he'll throw for a strike that kind of runs in on the hitter's hands at the belt, and then one that dives down and into the righty.
Right at first and 2 out. 0-2 to Cespedes. Neil Walker would be next. Knocked down by Grandal. A ball and 2 strikes.
Grandal is a lot better defensive catcher than I thought. When he first came up, I thought he was more of an offensive kind of player, but he really works hard back there.
Came out of the University of Miami through the Cincinnati organization. Kershaw with that familiar stretch. And the curveball top foul. Curveball looks different from anybody else's curve coming out of his hand.
He does. It kind of comes off the top of his hand. A lot of guys will pull it down. He kind of flips it over, and it comes off the top of his hand, so it almost looks like it goes up before it starts to break down. Optical illusion almost.
Maybe. Or maybe it really does. One-two coming to Cespedes, and it's up and away. Kershaw's still trying to get full command of his fastball early in the game.
The Mets have a lineup that every person can take you out of the ballpark, so it gets even Kershaw's attention here going to throw his 18th pitch.
Checking on Wright, who was only about a step off the bag. Mets faced Kershaw once in the regular season last year, and it was memorable because it was kind of the nadir of the Mets season. They fielded what seemed like an uncompetitive lineup. Kershaw threw a 3-hit shutout, struck out 11. And it was the next day that the Mets began to retool their roster in late July. Swing and a miss. Kershaw strikes out Cespedes. 2 strikeouts in the opening inning for Kershaw. And he throws up a 0 to start the night. Alone to the mound when we come back.
The Kia Summer Sales Event is back, and we're kicking off summer with great deals, like $109 a month on the high-tech Forte LX. So hurry into the Kia Summer Sales Event and make this summer the best one yet.
Do you want to change? Do you want to change? Do you want to change? This guy changed. Used to keep you waiting all day long, but now he shows up on time, and you'll even get an alert when he's on his way. If Time Warner Cable can change, then so can you, Mary. So can you, Sal. So can you, and he, and she, and her, and everybody. If Time Warner Cable can change, then so can I. So can I. So can I. So can I.
Changing for good. Time Warner Cable.
Cookies and ice cream meant to be together.
Yeah, I wish I could find who I was meant to be with.
What about that dating app? Have you gone out with any of these girls?
What do you think I am, desperate?
Well, you're on an app called I'm Desperate.
Oh, so I am.
Introducing Cookie Master Blasts. And get a free slush when you download the new Sonic app.
The Kia Summer Sales Event is back, and we're kicking off summer with great deals, like $169 a month on the stylish next generation Optima LX. So hurry into the Kia Summer Sales Event and make this summer the best one yet.
Here's the Dodgers starting lineup against Bartolo Colon tonight. Dodgers have been playing musical chairs in left field since the injury to Andre Ethier. Kike Hernandez gets the start in left tonight against Big Bart.
Well, I know the Land Rover numbers will tell you that he's got a 3-1 record, but hit the home run, of course, in his last start. But more importantly, first Mets pitcher to go 8 innings until Syndergaard did last night.
Chase Utley 1 for 10 in this series, and he hits the first pitch into left field for a leadoff hit. So against Cologne, who's always in the strike zone, Utley was ready, and that's his 8th hit in 18 career at-bats against Cologne.
Well, we've seen something common here from the Dodger hitters who have struggled here at Dodger Stadium. We see a lot of left-handed hitters trying to go to left field.
The Dodgers have scored 3 runs or fewer in 12 straight home games, including the first 3 games in this series. Here's Corey Seager, 4 for 10 with a couple of doubles in the series so far. And Seager drills one into right for a base hit. Utley will go first to third. So 2 pitches, 2 hits, and the Dodgers have first and third and nobody out.
2 pitches up in the strike zone now by Bart. And both jumped on by the Dodgers. That's got to let Bart know, and the Mets, that they're coming out and going to be aggressive. And boy, you have to be impressed with Seager the last few nights, right? Ball down the middle, but still you got to hit it. And a beautiful swing.
Well, we've seen him hit from line to line in this series. So an early scoring chance for the Dodgers. Justin Turner will step in. Turner didn't start last night. He's had an oddly unproductive start to his year. 105 at bats, only 6 runs batted in. He's got a prime RBI chance here. 1 for 6 in this series. And the first pitch slider is fouled off. So 3 hitters all attacking the first pitch.
I mean, he throws strikes. That's all he throws. The difference between him and Kershaw, who throws strikes also, is Kershaw throws more assortment of pitches. With Bart, you're mostly going to get fastballs, so you have to be ready to go. Good approach. I'm always surprised when teams don't do it. I don't think I've ever heard myself say this, but usually you'll trade 2 for 1 here. 1 run for 2 outs. Okay, definitely will, but against Kershaw, sometimes that
no.
might.
I don't think you have a choice.
That's right.
But you're right, that might be enough. There's already been a game recently where Kershaw won 1-0 when he drove in the only runs.
There's the defense, Lexus defense, Cespedes, Lagares, and Granderson against the left-hander. Wright, Cabrera, Walker, and Campbell. Wright's back in there. Campbell moved from third to first, and Kevin Plawecki behind the plate.
Well, could use a strikeout. Ahead 1-2 on Turner. Adrian Gonzalez waiting on deck. Utley at third, Seager at first. And Turner lines one to the left. 3 straight hits for the Dodgers, and they have the game's first run. Utley comes in to score, and just like that, 1-0 LA.
Well, we've seen this happen to Bart before, early in the games, and I think a lot of it has to do with being an older pitcher. This was a little changeup. Again, up in the strike zone and down the middle. There's 2 things you usually see from Bart. If he's up early, he's going to be in trouble. And 2, when he comes off a 7, 8, 9 inning effort, sometimes he's in trouble rebounding 4 days later.
So the Dodgers with a chance to really put the hammer down against Cologne in the first inning. 3 straight hits, and now Adrian Gonzalez, who's 4 for 10 in this series. His bat has revived over the last couple of days. And again, Cologne is up with the first pitch. Let's see what Gonzalez has done against Cologne. So Bart in a big mess, and you'd never know it by his demeanor. Gonzalez takes a strike, 1-1.
When you try not to tell yourself this, but when you come into a game against an elite pitcher, Gary, you're really thinking of matching zeros for as long as you can.
Well, here's a spot where what Bart wants more than anything else is that ground ball double play. Any ground ball at an infielder, you're going to double up Gonzalez. Comes inside and misses, 2-1. Adrian Gonzalez, since his first full season in 2006, has played more games than any player in the major leagues. 1,624 over the last 10 years plus.
And the RBIs, 9 straight seasons.
He's never been on the disabled list. Wow. And in this day and age, that in and of itself is an enormous feat for an everyday player over 10 years. 2-1 to Gonzalez. Flies one out to right. Granderson coming over hard, and he gets there. And back to second base goes Seager. I don't know if Seager didn't read that ball well, but he should be on third base.
Well, I do have to say that Curtis really made that play seem a lot harder than it was. It was up there a long time, but he was in right center, so he had a long way to go. But you're right, Gary. Seager should have played that as a base-to-base. If it drops in, then he just goes to third. Instead, he was trying to play it halfway, and he doesn't have a lot of speed, but Curtis was in no position for him not to tag and take third base.
Well, I mean, teams routinely run on Curtis's arm, so if Seager had the awareness to go back and tag, he would easily have gotten to third. Here's Grandal, first and second, one out. Grandal 2 for 9 in the series, the 2 hits, a double and a home run. And he takes up and away for ball one. The way this inning began, if Cologne can get out of it with one run, I think he would be thrilled.
I really think that base running mistake by Seager is a young person's mistake. You don't want to make a mistake instead of being very aggressive. You want to reward the hitter who came up and hit the ball to the right side by taking the extra base. You get to third base with one out and give your team an opportunity to score without a hit. I mean, huge base running gap there.
Grandal smacks one to deep right center. Forget it. That is way out of here. Yasmani Grandal with a monstrous 3-run homer. His third home run of the year, and the Dodgers will put up a 4 spot against Bartolo Colon in the opening inning. Well, that makes Seager's base running moot.
Yes, I was just going to say that. What was I talking about? Well, Grandal missed the home run batting right-handed, and now has hit 2 in 2 nights. One against Syndergaard, and this one was a blast to right center of Cologne.
I mean, that's halfway up the pavilion, well out into right center field. It's got to be over 440 feet. So it's 4-0 LA, now Jock Peterson.
Classic left-handed swing, just beautiful ball down. Great follow-through. Looked like Roger Maris with that follow-through.
9.
No, yes, exactly. Now, this presents a little bit of a problem now. Okay, the Mets are down. They're facing Kershaw. You could say to yourself they brought a new pitcher up today, Sean Gilmartin. But you're going to Colorado. You don't want to use all your pitchers in this game. So even though Cologne looks like he doesn't have it today, you might have to go a little deeper than you'd want him to.
David Wright making the play on the right side of the infield, and that's the second out.
You know what I'm saying, Gary?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, and I think Bart probably knows that. This is not the first time we have seen him ambush in the first inning in Southern California. Remember that game in Anaheim a couple of years ago?
That's right. That was hard to believe that was worse.
Well, he gave up, what, 3 home runs in the first inning?
I thought game? 4 total, yeah, 3 home runs in first.
And, of course, for Bart, that was especially troubling because he had won a Cy Young as an Angel. Here's Yasiel Puig, 2 for 12 in the series, and he pops one foul.
Another one swinging at first pitch.
That's it hard, and Cabrera with a great diving stop to end the inning. That ball was tailing away from his dribble, and he was able to reel it in to get Cologne through the first. But the Dodgers put up a 4 spot and lead 4-0 after 1.
WB Mason offers the brands you love, like Swing Line's huge selection of laminators and shredders. Whether you're preserving your best work or safely destroying your most confidential documents, Swing Line and WB Mason deliver a cut above the rest. Cuba WB Mason.
Only one morning radio show gives you local news, traffic, and weather, and a whole lot of entertaining.
You can win tickets 7